Hello everyone, my name is Michelle and this is my week 5 discussion video post. Just so you know, I will be reading off of my laptop just so that I can stay on track, but I will be presenting my research proposal on the impact of stress and trauma on mental health of military personnel. This topic is especially important to me because I'm currently in the Navy and I intend to commission as an officer. Understanding how stress and combat exposure and high pressure environments affect individuals is critical not only in mission success but for the well-being of the service members. My research question is, how does prolonged exposure to high stress environment impact the mental health and decision-making abilities of military personnel? The question is important because stress doesn't just affect emotional well-being, it also impacts judgment, communication, and teamwork, all of which are essential in military settings. From a leadership perspective, understanding these effects allows future leaders like myself to better support their team, recognize early warning signs, and reduce stigma around mental health, which is a big thing. For my literature review, to better understand the topic, I reviewed several research studies. First, a literature review by, I might butcher this name, Koch and colleagues found that repeated exposure to a high stress environment significantly increased the risk of PTSD and other mental health conditions in military personnel. Second, a quantitative study by Williamson and colleagues showed a strong relationship between exposures to morally stressful situations and increased levels of PTSD, anxiety, and depression. Additionally, a qualitative study explored how individuals described their experience with stress and trauma. Participants reported feelings such as guilt, emotional strain, and difficulty coping with high-pressure environments. Together, these studies showed that stress impacts both measurable outcomes and personnel experiences, which supports the need for mixed method approach. For research methods and design for the study, I would like to use a mixed method research design. The quantitative component would measure levels of PTSD, anxiety, decision-making, performance using standardized assessments. The qualitative component would involve semi-structured interviews to better understand how military personnel perceive and cope with stress and trauma. The reason for choosing this design is that it proves a more complete understanding of the issue. Quantitative data shows what is happening, while qualitative data explains why and how it happens. The study is based on a paradigm, which focuses on using the best methods to answer real-world problems and improve outcomes. Some of the ethical considerations that I took into account were that there are several. First, participants provide informed consent, meaning they fully understand the purpose of the study and their rights. Second, confidentiality must be protected, especially because mental health is a sensitive topic. Another important consideration is the potential for emotional distress, as participants may be discussing traumatic experiences. To address this, participants would be informed they can withdraw at any time, and support resources should be provided if needed. Finally, I would like to ensure that participation is voluntary and there is no pressure to share personal information. To conclude this discussion, the impact of stress and trauma on military personnel is a critical issue in psychology. This research is important because it focuses on both mental health and performances, which are essential in military environments. By using mixed method approach, this study provides a more complete understanding of how stress affects individuals by combining measurable data with personal experiences. The knowledge gained from this research can help improve leadership practices, enhance mental health support, and strengthen overall readiness within military units. As I upload this into my week 5 discussion post, I'm also going to include all my work from the duration of this course. So if you have any helpful feedback, I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you.